Michael gets scolded and he immediately apologizes. Ed and Janie play next and they make $4,000 while Michael uses the chance to study the light patterns on the board. Then it's time for another break and Sylvia guides the contestants to the bathroom. A desperate Michael tells her that today it's his daughter's birthday and convinces her to let him make a call. Unfortunately, nobody answers and Michael starts cursing again. When the break is over, the players go back to play the rest of their spins. Michael goes first since he's still in last place, and this round he presses the button with good timing every time, which earns him $13,000 and an extra spin. The production team gets excited and Bill is proud of his decision. Michael refuses to pass and keeps on playing, always landing on spaces that give him extra spins. Peter advises him to take a break since he could lose everything, but Michael is too excited to stop. He keeps on playing over and over and reaches $28,000, which is a new record in the show. The crowd cheers for the new hero, but the production team goes from excited to suspicious. Bill gets so worried that he orders a commercial break and calls Peter to his office. Two makeup artists come to take care of the contestants and Michael tries to get them to come on a double date with him and Ed to celebrate, but they turn him down. In the office, the production team tells Peter that something is wrong with Michael. They want Peter to scare him by mentioning the statistical probabilities of losing. When the break ends and shooting continues, Peter starts the segment by telling Michael about all the times that he's seen lucky streaks go wrong because a player was overconfident. He even makes some jokes to indirectly call Michael dumb. However, no matter how many warnings Peter gives him, Michael wants to keep spinning anyway. Getting more nervous, Bill calls Chuck and asks him to investigate who Michael really is, since he's afraid they may have been tricked. While the show continues, Chuck searches for Michael's application, which is empty except for a phone. He immediately dials it and discovers it's the show's number. Then he watches the audition tape and remembers the ice cream truck. Chuck searches for the vehicle in the parking lot, and when he looks through the window, he sees a collection of IDs, license plates, and videotapes. At first he can't find a way in, but a security guard lends him a crowbar. In the studio, Michael has made over $40,000. The production team is starting to freak out and they consider stopping the game, but they can't do so without proof of cheating. Peter calls for another break after Michael surpasses $50,000. Soon Chuck returns to his office with all the papers he took from Michael's truck. There's a business card with the name Lyle Roberts, so Chuck calls him pretending to be a clerk from Justice Court. He asks about the restraining order against Michael he's found, and Lyle mentions that Michael used to run a pyramid scheme scam. When Chuck tries to ask for more details, Lyle realizes this isn't a real court employee, so Chuck hangs up. Next, Chuck checks the tapes. At first they appear to be home movies of Chuck's family, but soon he discovers that those clips have been overridden with recordings of old episodes of the show. After noticing what specific parts of the show were recorded, Chuck returns to the studio and watches how Michael keeps winning money. Following Michael's eyes, Chuck realizes he's memorized the light patterns, and that's why he always knows when to press the button. Afterward, Chuck joins the production team and asks them to rewind to the last 3 spins. He points at the way Chuck's eyes move and how he celebrates early. A horrified Bill reveals that the light